Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another basics video. Today I'm just going to be talking about moisturizing your face, also known as lotion, using lotion. So I first of all want to kind of talk about figuring out what your skin type actually is. So if you don't already know, here's just kind of a basic way. I've kind of categorized your skin types to about 5 different categories, which of course can be mixed up in any way. Dry, normal, oily, acne prone, and rosacea. But like I said, like rosacea, people with rosacea tend to have dry skin. Acne prone people tend to have oily skin, but it can mix up and go the other way as well. So just kind of listen in as I continue talking to just figure out like what would be the best products for your skin if you're acne prone and dry or acne and oily or whatever. So hopefully I'll be able to touch all those. But the best way to kind of figure out, like just a real simple way to figure out what your skin type is after you cleanse your skin with a gentle cleanser, nothing too harsh or drying or extra drying or whatever. Like, what does your skin feel like before you do anything else? Does it feel really tight? If so, you probably tend to be more dry. Even normal, you can feel pretty tight. Obviously dry, you might have like flakiness on your skin. I mean, if you're super dry, you would know it. Also, normal skin, like I said, still would probably feel a little bit tight because they tend to be more like normal. And I would say that combo, which a lot of people say as well, combo skin could feel, which is basically combo skin is supposedly like your T-zone here and here is oily, and then like you can get drier over on your cheeks. For me, I'm probably more oily because I don't tend to get too dry on my cheeks, but yet I'm not like really oily, and I'm definitely acne prone. But anyway, so that's for normal oily skin types. You probably won't feel too dry after you have cleansed your skin and it's been a few minutes or something. You may feel a little bit tight, but probably not if you have oily skin, and you'd be able to tell once again if you'd have oily skin because throughout the day your skin is just going to be producing a lot of oil, and you'll be able to notice it. If you wear makeup, you could definitely tell. If you don't, you probably still can tell. Acne prone, I think that's pretty obvious. Rosacea, once again, pretty obvious. So those are just the kind of skin types that I just came to mind. But yeah, so first of all, so once you figure out what your skin type is, then you want to figure out what type of moisturizer to use. I will get into that. First, I just want to address a few questions. Like, when do I moisturize, or like, do I need different moisturizers for day and night? My answer to that would be yes, and I do moisturize my skin. I try to, like, twice a day, morning and night. If I don't wash my face in the morning, sometimes I don't moisturize. Once in a while at night, I'll be lazy and I'll just use a toner to try to like get rid of some of the stuff on my skin if I wasn't wearing makeup, and then I don't put moisturizer on, and usually I regret it the next day, so I try not to do that. But especially when it's like I'm in the Midwest right now and it's pretty dry and my skin gets drier even though I'm still kind of oily. So you just have to, like, the seasons change, and a lot of times your skincare regime is going to have to change as well along with that. So anyway, when do I moisturize? Yeah, so I would recommend definitely to have a moisturizer with SPF in it, with sunscreen for the daytime, and then one that doesn't for night. I just think it's kind of pointless to be using a sunscreen on your face at night. It's probably actually not that great for you. I've heard things that sunscreen actually really isn't that great. I mean, it does help protect from the sun, but the chemicals in it like tend to over time like not be good for you, which is kind of like killing the purpose of it, but whatever. I still use a moisturizer in the day with SPF in it. I do think it's important, even if it's in the winter, summer, doesn't matter. I don't think what month or what time of year it is. I think you still need a SPF. Okay, the next question is probably a dumb question, but how do I moisturize? Well, let me just say very gently. I think I may have said that with my cleansing video as well, but I can't stress enough how important it is to be gentle with your facial skin, because the more that you work on it and press it and move it around, it's going to tend to wrinkle a lot easier and sooner as you get older. So I would just recommend in anything that you do on your face, be as gentle as possible, like more gentle than you think you should be, which I'm probably not doing personally, and my sister always yells at me when I'm not gentle. She's like, Bethany, what are you doing to your skin? I'm like, sorry, I gotta slow down, you know, because they're always in a hurry. We have to do it so fast, and really like just take a couple, like just an extra minute to just slow down and be gentle with your skin. You're gonna be thankful in the end. Well, not the end, it's not really going to matter, but when you're older, you're going to be thankful. So why do I moisturize? Well, like I said, if you have dry skin after you wash your face, you're gonna need moisturizer, or else you're just gonna feel like, ooh, my skin hurts. So that reason, if you have oily skin, I think it's still good to moisturize. But I mean, you don't have to if you really don't feel like you need to. But I think a sunscreen in the daytime is still important, especially, and if you're getting older, like in your 20s and stuff, it's good to start using some like anti-aging products, just gentle ones, and you can find those just like even in the drugstore and stuff like that. Just little things that will help just kind of prevent a little bit of the aging that's gonna happen inevitably. But you can start using those like 22, 21, whatever. Just whenever you start seeing like the wrinkles and stuff like that, the fine lines, I should say. And obviously, if you're older, you would know that it's great to use anti-wrinkle products as long as they are good, because some of them aren't and some of them don't work and they just make your skin weird. So definitely read reviews online. Makeupalley.com is a good place for that. Okay, so pretty much that's all the questions that I could think of about moisturizer. So let me know if you have any more, and I'll try to answer those as well. But then here's on to the product recommendations. So I mean, in the past I've used a lot of moisturizers, a lot of different things, and there's really only a few that I've stuck with that I've really liked. And then things that I've kind of moved on from using, like my teenage years, I used different things than I do now, in my early 20s. So I'll kind of recommend those for different age groups as well. So for dry skin, I would recommend for a nighttime moisturizer, it's by Eucerin. It's called Q10. It's like anti-wrinkle something something, which I think it's okay if you're like, I mean, most teenagers aren't super dry, but if you are a teenager, I still think it's okay to use, even though it says anti-wrinkle. It doesn't seem to be too harsh, and it's actually good for sensitive skin as well. So if you have sensitive skin, it's fine. But I really liked this one. For a while, I used an acne product that was making my skin horribly, horribly dry. And I used this stuff, and it was the only thing that worked. Like, I tried olive oil. I tried like so many moisturizers and different things. Nothing worked like this stuff. I don't know what it was, but it worked. So I definitely recommend that. You can pick that up at Ulta or any drugstore. Most drugstores have Eucerin. And then for a SPF for dry skin, really pretty much anything is fine. The one that I've been using is by Badescu. It's the Aloe Moisturizer. It's SPF 15. It's better to get probably a 20 or higher, but this one was cheaper than the 20 that I had been using before. But this is fine. I mean, it's oil-free, but it still is moisturizing enough that in the winter time when my skin is drier, it works fine. So I think it'd be fine for dry skin, but I definitely recommend any of the Mario products. They're all really good. So on to normal skin. Well, I'm going to categorize myself in normal skin right now because I'm not super oily because it's not the summer. So what I've been using is a really weird combo, which you definitely don't have to do, but it's been working good for me, and I just had this stuff, so I was like, hey, I'm going to try it, and I've been using it for a few months, and it's great. So I've been using this DDF Ultralight Oil-Free Moisturizing Dew. This stuff I got at Ulta, and it's kind of expensive, so you don't have to get something like this. Like, I'm sure Neutrogena makes a great moisturizer for nighttime that doesn't have SPF. And then I've been mixing it with some Moroccan oil. Now, this stuff I got, they sent this to me, so I mean, most Moroccan oil is more expensive, but I usually just do like a little bit of this, a pump of that, and then like a drop basically, and then I put it all over, and I just like that this tends to it never breaks me out, and it gives me just enough moisture that it like sinks in without being like really greasy. So I like those. I've been using that for nighttime. But like I said, I'm sure there's plenty of other products out there that you can look for. If you have normal skin, you don't really have to worry about a lot of stuff, so that's good. For an SPF, once again, the Mario that I showed earlier, I love that. I've been using it. It's great. The other one that I was using was by Murad, and it was their anti-aging, anti-blemish SPF 20 PA+++, whatever that means. But it was a really long name, but I loved it. It worked so well, and I got it as like a gift, and so I ran out, and I'm like, I don't want to pay $48 for that. That's just a little too much. So this was probably like $20 or something for like twice as much. So yeah, I switched over, but if you have more money, I love the Murad one. It was really good too. Okay, and then so for oily skin, you could totally just use the DDF by itself at night, or some kind of a like anti-wrinkle for oily skin if you're in that age category, or just kind of anything that works, you know, anything that's light and oil-free, you can totally use at night. You know, Neutrogena, again, I really like Neutrogena skincare products for the most part. And then if you want to go higher end, you can do like the Mario Badescu or something like that. And then once again, I would still recommend the Mario for SPF. You probably want to get the oil-free. I think there's one that's like specifically oil-free or for oily skin. And there's a girl at my work that has really, really oily skin, and she swears by it. She's like, it's the best thing ever. And I was like, oh, maybe I should get it because I have kind of oily skin. She's like, no, 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 your skin is not oily enough for that. And see if I can pronounce that, goodness. So I was like, okay, I guess I won't use it. So I'm glad I got this one because that works fine. So if you have really oily skin, you should check that one out. And then for acne prone, yay for acne prone. It won't last forever, hopefully. My skin has definitely gotten so much better over the years, and I'm very, very thankful for it. But it's all been because of, well, probably because of hormones changing, but also because of taking care of my skin. So if you're a teenager, you're having acne problems, blah, you know, just deal with it the best you can. It's going to be okay. So I would recommend one by Neutrogena. Again, it's the Rapid Clear Acne Defense Face Lotion. Now this one I probably bought at least 3 times growing up as a teenager when I had bad acne. And I mean, it wasn't horrible, but pretty bad. And so why I like it, it's really, all it has is like the salicylic acid. It has like, I think it's 2% or something like that, which isn't, I mean, it's a good amount. It's not too much, not too little. And it really did seem to help clear my skin, and it did enough moisturizing. I mean, if you have dry skin, it probably won't work, but if you have oily, acne prone skin, definitely recommend that stuff. It just really works well. And I know I usually like benzoyl peroxide better, but you can't really find lotions with that in it, and it's probably better anyway, because the salicylic acid is more gentle. But anyway, so I definitely recommend that one. As for SPF, same thing. I mean, you can use just whatever doesn't break you out, honestly, and it may take a few times to figure that out. But stay away from like the natural lines. I tried tons of those, and they always gave me skincare problems. Now, there may be some that are okay that I didn't get to try, but I mean, I tried like the Alba, or I think it's Alba, something like that. I tried, what are some of the other ones? I don't know, but I was on this like organic, like good for you, healthy skincare stuff for a while, and like I just really tried, like I'd go to Whole Foods and buy like all this stuff, and then I'd get home and use it for like a week, and my skin was like horrible, like big cystic acne. I was like, ah! So be careful when you use those. Make sure that you can return it if you have problems. Yeah, so the last one is rosacea. I don't have rosacea, so I don't really know, but there's a girl at my work, once again, that does. She loves the Mario line. They have like this sweet line with like cleanser, skincare, moisturizer, all treatments, all that kind of stuff, and she says it's so, so good, and so soothing, calming, just good stuff. So anyway, I guess that's pretty much all that I have at the moment. Yes, so hopefully this helps you in some way. I know it's pretty basic, but sometimes you can always use just a little extra information or whatever about it. Maybe you knew stuff, maybe you didn't, I don't know. But yeah, let me know what you found that works for you, any more questions you may have. I'm not an expert, I'm not a dermatologist, but I've tried a lot of stuff over the years, so that's why I'm kind of making this video. Not kind of, I actually am. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.